Sometimes, the world around us is stranger than fiction. Who would have guessed that a sea cucumber's defense mechanism involves ejecting its own guts? Or that a jury once turned to a Ouija board for guidance in a trial? And let's not forget the strange and unexpected treasures hidden in archives. If you're ready for more bizarre and fascinating facts, stick around. Here are 5 oddly interesting facts that will make you wonder. Number 5. The living root bridges of Meghalaya. In the hills of Meghalaya, India, people don't build bridges, they grow them. The Khasi and Jaintia tribes have perfected this method for centuries, using the roots of ficus trees to form bridges across rivers. These Jinking-Dri bridges are guided by bamboo scaffolding, and over time, the roots grow strong enough to handle heavy monsoons and last for hundreds of years. Besides helping people cross rivers, these living bridges also protect the environment by preventing soil erosion and absorbing carbon dioxide. They're a great example of how humans can work with nature, something modern cities could learn a lot from. Number 4. NASA once tried to generate electricity in space. In February 1996, NASA and the Italian Space Agency teamed up for a bold experiment, using a 12.4-mile-long tether to generate electricity in space. The plan was to drag the tether through Earth's magnetic field to create a current that could power the shuttle. Everything was on track as the tether deployed and the current steadily increased. However, right before the mission was completed, the tether suddenly snapped. The investigation found that tiny pinholes in the insulation allowed air to escape, creating plasma that short-circuited the tether and caused it to melt. The satellite payload drifted away, and the mission came to an abrupt end. Number 3. The Island of the Colorblind. On Pinglap Atoll, a tiny island in the Pacific, about 10% of the population is completely colorblind. These islanders have a rare condition called achromatopsia, which means they only see the world in black, white, and gray. This goes back to 1775, when a typhoon devastated the island. One of the survivors, the island's king, carried the gene for this condition, which spread as the community rebuilt. While achromatopsia is extremely rare worldwide, on Pinglap, it's just part of everyday life. Though the condition comes with struggles like sensitivity to bright light, the locals have adapted. Some even use their enhanced night vision to catch fish by firelight. Number 2. The jury that consulted a Ouija board. In 1993, Harry and Nicola Fuller were found murdered in their Sussex home. Nicola had been shot 3 times and Harry once in the back. Stephen Young was convicted of the double murder, but the case took a strange turn when it came out that the jurors had used a Ouija board during their deliberations. Apparently, they even spoke to one of the victims. According to them, the spirit told them that Stephen Young did it, even providing details about the crime. The seance ended with the spirit instructing the jurors to vote guilty tomorrow, which they did. When this unusual event came to light, the Court of Appeal overturned the conviction, which makes sense, right? Young had his new trial and was found guilty again, this time without any ghostly interference. Number 1. The Amazon's Dark Side. The Amazon rainforest spans over 2.3 million square miles and is home to millions of species of birds, plants, insects, and other life forms. Indigenous communities have lived here for generations, relying on the land for their survival. But in recent years, criminals have increasingly taken over parts of the rainforest, selling land illegally for activities like drug production, illegal logging, wildlife trafficking, and mining. It's become one of the most dangerous places in the world for those trying to protect it. In fact, 39 defenders of the Amazon were killed in 2022 alone. A particularly tragic case involved British journalist Dom Phillips and Brazilian indigenous expert Bruno Pereira. While working on a book about conservation in 2022, the two were murdered after a reporting trip to the Amazon, highlighting the ever-present dangers for anyone who stands against illegal activities in the region. And that's all I have for you today. Follow us for more facts and stories.